Woo! No coughing. I laugh without any. It's gone, baby. You know what really did the kicker after all that stuff you guys told me to take over, to take it into me? I put some Irish moss into that motherfucker, and then I went to the gym, and I felt in my chest go pow 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 pow, pow. And it just bleh, all come out. Ooh. So, oh, see, that's when I was like, being happy. You see how yours be? That made me go, ugh. It's like they put me, I'm telling you, that's so stupid. Thank you so much. I am now in the black. I'm out of the red. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. Yes. Now I can live. You know? My IRS bill, guess how much my IRS bill came out? Over $13,000. Ooh. So I gotta pay $4,000 a month. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you guys for the boosting income. You know? So okay. Mars in Aquarius. Mars in Aquarius. I'm wearing blue, which is Aquarian. And the song, I want to move. It's electric. Boogie, woogie, woogie. That's the song for Mars in Aquarius in my head. But right now, it's Tito Puente. I ain't letting that go. Now, first things first, let me say thank you for those of you who have been donating and have gotten me out of the red and gotten me in the black. You know, thank you so much. Let me read out the names of those who have who've been contributing, or who have just recently contributed. Okay, let me wait for the roster to come up so I can begin. Elizabeth de Sousa, uh, Celeste Rutledge, and another infusion by Irene Chong. Thank you so much, lovely ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Now, let us go and talk about Mars in Aquarius. Oh boy, how do I begin with this one? Men with Mars in Aquarius are focused on friends and group activities first and foremost. These people prefer teamwork to working alone, and they are very individualistic and enjoy the unique and eccentric company of their own and those of others that vibrate the same way. Okay? Uh, Fairness and justice, like Libra, the cardinal air, is important to them, but they value their independence and freedom first and foremost, even if it means that they have to abandon their partners or their group affiliates, associations, or group activity. If other people, as you all know, because it's like the general cliche, if other people try to control them in any way, they will react and rebel. And this is a problem with the Aquarian man, the sun sign Aquarius, or Mars in Aquarius. This is vodka and cranberry, but very light vodka because I just went to the gym. I took some vitamin supplements. I'm gonna go back to the gym after I'm done here. You know, because I fall asleep a lot. I take a lot of naps, and too much alcohol, the sugar. and then I eat, I eat a lot. So I have to go to the gym sometime twice a day. Do like 10, 15 minutes, not drawn out like that. You know, just to keep the flow and momentum going. I'm 52. I gotta keep it tight and keep it. So yeah, Aquarius, Mars in Aquarius is difficult because these men, um, they fall in love and then they fall right out of love. I mean, that's what you read. To me, you just don't fall in love and then fall out of love in one New York minute. I don't care if it's a New York hour. It just doesn't happen. I think a better way at looking at the situation with Mars in Aquarius as it pertains to the human male is that he has the capacity to fall in love, but doesn't allow himself to fall in love because of the tremendous responsibility that love requires. I always say, and many psychologists, social workers, and those in the social sciences always say this, and I happen to, as an astrologer and a former clinician myself, agree that when it comes to love, love is about doing, not about feeling. Now, when I was younger, I always felt that love is about feeling. It's how you feel about someone that defines the love nature that you may have for another human being. But as I got older, I realized that that's not true. True love is what the partner does for you. As much as I may bitch and bicker about my partner, I know he loves me because of what he does. Not because of what he says, but because of what he does. Love, ladies, and a few gents. Love is defined by what you do, not how you feel. It's great to feel, but that feeling has to be coupled with action that will back up that feeling, those feelings, those emotions. And with Aquarius, rerun into a problem. Rerun into a problem. How do I put this into words? How do I put it into words? He's so paradoxical, so quixotic. Oh, oh, the rhythm just kicked in. Oh, oh. Let me tell you, um, the Martian Aquarius man is a little boy. Remember, the opposite polarity is Leo. So he sees himself as this great, great person that women should be lucky to have that piece of morsel of a man in their bedroom. Oh yeah, oh yeah. That's how the Aquarian man thinks. He thinks that he's the prize, not the woman, but he is the prize. So a lot. If you only knew Spanish and understood the music, you'll be wiggling in your seat too. Listen, the Aquarian man also has another issue besides the fact that he doesn't want to commit. That's why he doesn't allow himself to fall in love because he doesn't want to commit. Because committing requires tremendous responsibility. And he don't want it. He don't want it. Why? Because it takes away from his own personal freedom. He don't want to, and they don't do well washing a dish or mopping a floor or picking up garbage. It's like pulling teeth to get them to do anything domestic because they don't want to be bothered. And that goes for the woman with Mars in Aquarius or the sun sign Aquarian woman. Oh, yes, the Aquarian woman will eventually do it because it's required of her to do it. But the Mars in Aquarius man, He could be bothered, but so much. In many ways, he's very much like Leo, or Mars in Leo. He completely acts in an autocratic way, independent way. Even if he has a steady girlfriend or married, he marches to the beat of his own drum in every single way. Aquarian men, I think, and they have done statistics on this, ladies and gentlemen. The most likely men to divorce are Aquarian men. Next is Libra, and third is Scorpio. Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm. Why? Because to take responsibility for another human being requires a lot of energy. And when you're done, you don't have enough energy for yourself. So in the end, it comes down to selfishness. Ooh. It comes down to selfishness. Being in a relationship requires sacrifice. They don't want to do the sacrifice. They don't want to do the work. And they don't want to do without. Because when you sacrifice, there's a depravity. At least for the moment. So I want you ladies and a few gents to understand what is the psychological dynamic behind the aversion or repulsion of the Aquarian man and sometimes the Aquarian woman from coming forward to commit, to allow themselves to fall in love. It's not about being vulnerable like Miss or Mr. Capricorn. It's about not having enough time for them to pursue their own interests, for them to experience life in a third world, fourth world type of way. When you're involved in a relationship with another human being, it becomes a three-dimensional process, which requires that the fourth wall that we all put up when we're dealing with people that we don't know to come down. If we don't know someone and we don't want to get close to someone to get to know them, then we already have a fourth wall up. The Aquarian man wants to get to know you, but also keep that fourth wall up and look like this and relate to you in a very hands-offish kind of way. And let me tell you, the Aquarian man is very good at it. Very good at it. I can't tell you. I can't tell you how many Aquarian men fall in love with some of the most beautiful women, good women, women that will do all kinds of things for you, and the men leave them, walk away from them with sometimes no explanation. Just walk out of their lives, never to be seen again. That's fucked up. But the Aquarian man does that. Especially the Mars and Aquarian man. Yeah, they do that. It's fucked up. They do that. End up devastating these women. Women who don't deserve that. So, we might have a problem with cowardice when it comes to the Aquarian man. Remember, Leo rules bravery. The opposite of bravery is cowardice. And the opposite of Leo is Aquarius. So much talk of independence and freedom. The real underlying premise is not any has nothing to do with freedom or wanting your own space so that you can be. Fuck that shit. You're a fucking coward. You don't want to commit because it bears much responsibility which you don't want to put out there. And I say this for those who are of lower nature or those who are below age 30. Hopefully, I pray that they develop the courage to commit because it'll be the best thing in their lives to get a good woman. It says in the Bible, if a man findeth a wife, he has found a good thing. And I can't tell you how many men, Aquarian men, and many men in general, for the most part, but particularly Martian Aquarian men, get some of the most delicious, fascinating, exciting, intelligent, loving, giving women. And they completely misuse them, mistreat them, and then discard them. And it's not because these women have done anything wrong. One of my students who was Aquarius, Aquarian man, Martian Aquarius, he would tell me all these, locker room talk. He would say, oh, I fucked this girl so hard. She squirted here. She squirted there. She squirted up to the ceiling. She squirted for me to go to the room. I thought it was a bucket of squirting. So much that woman came. And I do that with every woman. Oh, he proud of himself. Really hitting that G spot. But then he would come to me and my other buddies and cry. Not cry, but bitch about the fact that these women are on his dick. And call him all the time, and they're on him. And I'm like, bitch, when you hit that spot with all these women, of course they're gonna fall for you. To you, it's just a fucking game. But these are real emotional energies that invoke the body to create and release like that. That's very powerful. Your sexual energy and your sexual proclivities are powerful. You can open women up like that. You can do that to men too. And then you have men squirting out of their asses. It does happen. Oh yeah. So why are you now bitching that you don't have space? Oh, these women don't give me space. They're all over me. Well, you open them up, and now you're complaining because they're all over you. It is the nature of a woman to bond with the man in that special way. And if you open up a woman like that, of course she's gonna fall in love with you. Oh, duh. What did you think? Mars in Aquarius. He likes the fun. He loves the fun. He loves the fun. The opposite is Leo. It's like being in the playmate. It's like playing in a toy bin when it comes to sex with Leo men and Aquarian men. But when it comes to commitment and rolling up your sleeve and doing the hard work, they're nowhere to be around. Mars in Aquarius. Careful, ladies. This man is extremely paradoxical, quixotic. These men, talking on another bent, are very attracted to humanitarian concerns, and they often work in many places that deal with reform, like political campaigns, surveying work or the census. They technology, the digital age. We are in the digital age, and we are entering the age of Aquarius. So this is their time. Technology has hit the roof. Hit the roof. Technology has hit the roof. And Aquarius is excellent. He's down. He's down for the 4. And the Aquarian woman. You know? Let me tell you. When it comes to the tried and true, they don't have a lot of patience. They also don't have a lot of patience for emotional displays or having to explain themselves emotionally. Oh, they hate it. They avoid the issue altogether. But a lot of it has to do with the fact that they don't understand their own emotional processes because they don't really care to explore that part of themselves. And when they do that, they really, really created this service for themselves. Yeah, you know. So what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? Men born with Mars and Aquarius use their minds to assert themselves. They put a lot of energy into being new, original, and unique. You know, very, very, you know, very offbeat and off the wall and weird, like the people say, or eccentric. You know, they draw from really unusual influences that is outside of the normal conventions that's available to every single human being. It's like they have a connection with other worlds in which they get the information. They often have a very kind of weird look to them. You know, although Aquarius is a masculine air sign, I don't know. Many books say, and many websites out there that says that they're not always the most typically attractive men or masculine men. I don't think this is true. I've always found Aquarian men to be very masculine and very sexy and very attractive. I've not met one that was neither of the two. So these books are probably outdated, or humanity has gotten better under this sign. The women, of course, are gorgeous. Remember, the opposite sign is Leo. So these women are gorgeous as well as the men. You know? So that doesn't help the cause for Aquarian men. Because, shit, it's easier to kind of like say, see ya, if you are not that good looking and not that attractive or unique or even bad in bed. But they're neither bad in bed or ugly. So that makes it even harder. And the heartbreak more intense for these unfortunate women that happen to cross paths with the Mars and Aquarius man. Now I already know that I'm gonna get a lot of slack for this. People are gonna say, "Oh, this is negative. Oh, this is an attack," as a lot of people like to say. Listen, I'm no good to you if I'm just gonna tell you the good. I tell you the shit the way it is so that you can evolve from it to a better position of evolution. You have to look at it from that perspective, and that's really the premise as to why I do these videos and why I focus so much on the shadow or lower nature. So you have a reference point to move away from and evolve. Remember, it says in the Bible in Psalm 84 that we are gods ourselves. So I'm giving you some tools for you to move and advance yourself by knowing the bad part of you as well as the good part, so that you can move away and transcend and evolve the bad part to the good part. It's not to break away from it, because we cannot be who we are without our shadow. Our shadow is just as important as our virtue, the light. They both together create who we are as human beings, sentient beings. And in this respect, I can understand the impartiality of Aquarius. But let me tell you, it's a bitch when it comes to romance and intimacy. Most of their masculinity shows up in the way they execute their ideas. They are incredibly confident in their intelligence, and they use their intelligence to go after what they want, whatever they want. And yeah, intelligence is sexy, but you can't fuck sexiness. There's gotta be a body there to screw. And even though the body could be made available by the Aquarian man, his heart often is not. And that's a fucking problem. That's a problem. It's a problem. And the Aquarian man will not budge. He will not. Because if you require this of him, then he's going to rebel. It'll be a trigger for him to rebel. It gives him an excuse for him to rebel. And say, well, no, I don't want to be in a relationship with you because you're too needy, or you want it too much. They blame the other person for having genuine feelings. That's a slap in the face. And we're done with this segment.